Hello fellow traders, this is Paul Lemon with Big Kuna Trading Club. We've had about a week and a half gap on posting videos. Was out of town for a death in the family, so I'm just getting back around to posting some videos this week. I got a couple of decent looking stocks, but the market overall was just not in great shape. Let me just show you a little. So we are basically in a B5 market right now, which is the lowest rating on it. It's based on the indexes having lower highs and lower lows, where the price is less than the 10 MA, which it is, and 10 MA is less than 35 MA, 10 MA is less than 75 MA, 35 MA is less than 75 MA, and the price 10 and 35 MA is less than a 200 MA. So that equates to a B. Lower highs, lower lows, B5, and let me show you what that means. So that basically means an E- market for long, so it's not a really good time to be trading long unless you're really adept and you're focusing on just the best setups in the market, which there aren't a lot. There's basically a couple handfuls of really good looking chart patterns. Got one tonight I'm going to show you here in a minute. Okay, just breaking down the index right now, Dow Jones 30. Now, I did make a little mistake on that. It's actually E plus market, a B4 market, because the 35 MA is not yet below the 200 MA. So that's the only thing keeping this from being the worst market rating. And it very quickly could happen that we get the extreme market conditions. So sometimes that will reverse it. Other times it will just basically accelerate it to the downside. So right now we got the 10 MA less than the 35 MA. We got 35 MA just moved below the 75 MA. So and the 10 MA is right at the 200 MA. So basically still about a B4 market. Pull this over here. So E plus B4 market technically. So it doesn't look real good. It could shore up. It's going to need to work out a little bit of that overhead supply. I don't expect it to happen quickly, but you never know. Keep an eye on it. Again, B4 market, meaning pretty treacherous for longs, and I believe I heard that 80% of the stocks are trading below their 50-day moving average, so you got to be real careful in this type of market. But first, before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. It helps us reach more traders like you and keeps you updated on our latest trading tips. Okay, this stock is Ehang Holdings Limited, and I'm going to give you a cycle breakdown. Just a big picture on this first. This one had a big move in 2021. This is they make drones, and I believe these are also personal drones. It says aerospace and defense, but I believe they make drones for people flying, Jetson type of drones probably. But anyways, the big picture on this, they had a big pullback off of the IPO back there in 2021, and the key cycle right here is the 3.5 year cycle. That's one of our most powerful cycles, and that's set up right in this trough right here, and then basically broke out of it. A lot of times we'll do that over about a 2 to 4 week period. It'll break out of that long-term cycle line, and then you get a pullback, and you can play the cycles on the pullback. This one had a key TM-2, 3.5 month cycle. 1, 2, 3, 3.5 month cycle right in here. If you just took a breakout of a 2-month high, you'd be in there right around 17 or so. So it hit $30, and now we're looking at probably the TM1 cycle, which will set up about here. So, you know, you got a huge BMI in this setup. 5.5 BMI, vector of 1 on the left hand side of this, and you can see on the pullback, despite that big gain, you start to have the price squeeze coming in at the $10 psychological price point. So you had the TD9 cycle, that's the 50-day cycle, 2.5 months, and then you got a price squeeze coming in on a TM-3 cycle. It's a 5 to 7 month cycle. So you can see the lows right here held above the cycle 1 lows. And so your next cycle is a TM5. That's a 12 to 15 month cycle right in here. And so you get the next squeeze. You got a cycle squeeze here, squeezing above those cycle 2 lows. So on the pullback here, again, you had the TM2 cycle, 3.5 month cycle off that TM5 at the pretty close to the prior pivot high That's a sign of strength. It was 23.50 and the high was 25.41. So you can see the prices were starting to attack that prior U pivot, and so now we got the higher highs now. So now all we have to do is get the higher lows on the pullback, which we will more than likely hold above the TM2 cycle over here. And again, I think this is going to be a TM1 cycle, 1.5 month cycle, set and then pull back off of, and then maybe off to the races. We need good market conditions to do that, so we'll see. But again, looks pretty good long-term wise. TY2 cycle breakout there. If you're unfamiliar with any of the trading terms I'm using, you could find our club lingo at bitcoinerdtradingclub.club/lingo. As far as targets, we do have pretty obvious one at the X channel. The cycle off the lows is a TM-6 cycle on the underside of that, and so extrapolating that to an X channel, basically it'll be around a $50 mark. Definitely would be a place I'd be looking for weakness to possibly exit, but right now we haven't even hit the TM6 North channel on that. So if we get outside of that, that would make pretty good logical sense right there, especially if you get a breakout in that $25 area, pull back retest of that, you'd be gunning 100% at that North or the X channel on the TM6 cycle. So that would be a good place to watch it, but again, you got to first get outside of this consolidation area right here. Again, I'm expecting a TM1 cycle set up late. Let's see what date on that is. Basically around March 31st or so. Let me just move this over a little bit. Yeah, the end of March, and then pull back off of that, sometimes a few days to a few weeks, and then possibly head out from there. We got a lot of times we'll get a good market breakout mid to late March, and sometimes runs into May, but overall market conditions aren't great for that, so just be aware of anything can happen in this type of market. So you want to look for quality price action off the pullback off the cycle, and then breakout of the trend line. Doesn't get the breakout, then sit on your hands. So no sense of throwing money away in a downtrending market. So despite that, it looks pretty good. Ehang Holdings Limited. If you're interested in our trading style and want to join the club or get one-on-one coaching, head over to cycletradingtraining.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.